I'm gonna catch your fucking... Shit, don't shoot. I want to join up with you guys, I swear. I know things.
Take him to the captain. See if he sticks.
Roger that. On your feet, you. You will regret this. I swear. You there.
Hey! Give me a...
Alright, today we're doing the daily mission, and I actually just freaking finished this mission. This was hard as fuck. Like, you have to go into the dailies on hard mode for them to be the daily. The dailies are just all the missions, kind of like Destiny, where they would pick a mission out of the missions, the main story, and make you redo them on a harder difficulty level. Destiny was like one level up. I guess Division's one level up too, because there's just normal and then there's hard. There's also challenging, and now I have done a challenging mission. I did it a couple days ago, probably last week by now. It was the dailies. Yes, I think it was whatever one of the daily was the other day. And the challenging, oh my god, hard is hard because there's no red tier enemies. Everybody starts out at purple, as you see. Everybody running around has a purple bar now. There's a gold tier guy out there with a name. I think in the hard missions there's 3 bosses. In this one at least there's 3 bosses. There's this guy with the name, which I consider him a boss. Then there's the purple guy, which is the regular enemies. And then there's also gold tier enemies that don't have names, but they're, like I said, sub-bosses. So in this mission alone, there's 3 main bosses and a sub-boss. And here we go through. It's actually called General Assembly, as you see it up in the left corner next to the mini-map. Like I said before in the last video, that tells you what mission you're doing, and the dash under it tells you what the objective is for that mission. Now, right now, we have to take out the LMB leader, which is that guy over there. We're taking him down right now. And I do use the incendiary bullets, and what the incendiary bullets do here is set him on fire, so you can actually hear him. He's over, look, oh! And it kind of puts them in stun mode when they're on fire like that, because they're getting burned. Like, as if you were getting burned in real life, you're not going to be able to shoot with your rifle. You're going to be like, holy shit, I'm getting burnt up. That was weird. My screen actually just went black. I don't know if you'll see that in the video or not, but that's why I stopped talking. But yeah, just like in real life, when you're getting burnt up, you're going to be like, holy shit, I'm on fire. And there goes my little ball with my new mod on it. I don't know if I had that as of last video, but we got it now. We finally unlocked that part of the Division tech to where we could upgrade this I think it's a searching mine or sentry mine or something, whatever it's called. It's my little it's my toy. You throw that little ball out, it'll shoot out a laser and track where those guys are. And now, when it gets close to them, it shoots up like rockets or grenades, and it explodes in the air. So it takes on like 4 or 5 enemies instead of just 1 enemy, however big the radius is. And you could do a couple other different mods to it. You could actually, I'm not sure what the other ones are right now. Shoot my turret out there. He's hidden over in the corner. And actually right here, when we jump over this railing, and I don't know if this is like a cheese right here, because usually when you jump off something a platform this high, it freaking breaks your legs. You get a little bit of health taken down. It damn near kills you. And I don't know if it's because, and I guess it's a little bit further than I thought it was. It's not coming up at this exact second. But there's a point where you'll see me, and I'll target the wall, and I'll jump over the railing, and he'll go into cover. I think it's right. Damn, no, I do a lot of shit. I do a lot of shit against this guy before I jump down, actually. Apparently, see, there it goes right there. And he jumps over, and he comes all the way down, but nothing happens. No health is taken until I get shot right there, but no health is taken down. No nothing. And like I said, usually people that tell the Division will know this. Usually when you jump off a railing that high and you drop down, because Tom Clancy is all about realism, you freaking hit the ground like, and your legs are basically collapse under you. And like I said, I don't know if that's because I targeted the wall and then he jumped down into cover, and it kind of overrided the fact that he was jumping from such a high distance. And these guys just melt. Once you take that shield down, and there goes your gold drop. And now, this is going, you see what it is? It's just a dumbass fucking mod. It's probably sweet, I'll probably use it. but it's just a mod, and they're actually supposed to fix that with the next update that's coming. They're going to make the drops better for stuff like this. Now, this is how you get all your good loot, this in the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone's also an area to where you can get the new tier armor, which is the teal. I want to say teal. I call it green, but it's actually teal. It's a teal skin armor that has a higher armor rating than all the gold stuff. And the gold stuff right now you pick up from all these hard missions. Now, you could do any of the missions on hard mode, you could do any of the missions on challenging mode, and you just kind of, I don't know if you could do them over and over again and just keep farming for gold stuff, but the Dark Zone is where you can pretty much farm the hell out of for gold tier armor. You go to all the checkpoints inside the Dark Zone, you have to extract them. Now, the extractions kind of suck because you go up to an extraction zone and you shoot off your sorry about that, I'm sick. That's why the audio may seem a little off. That's why my voice seems a little choppy. I'm still trying to truck it through this video for you guys though. But when you're in the Dark Zone and you go to these checkpoints, you fight a boss and you kill the boss and he drops a gold tier item. And now all these gold tier items, you rarely get a weapon. Now, I've gotten a few weapons inside the Dark Zone. I can't really complain. I'm using one right now. It's a gold weapon. I have like 3 or 4 gold weapons that I've gotten. I've gotten almost all of my armor to gold. I'm missing actually a backpack and maybe some knee pads or something like that. But the teal armor you can only, well, you can get from the Dark Zone too, but you have to, I don't know how exactly the drops work. I was out there with a couple people and somebody got a teal color drop. You can't see what color their drops are. You only see what drops on the screen for you. So if you're getting a purple drop and they're getting a teal, that's sweet, but that's like shit, holy crap, you don't know unless they say something to you. And like I was saying about the extractions you get there and you shoot off the signal, and this is actually, I'll take a break for a second, I want to show you modding on the fly. Now, modding on the fly, this is how you actually just mod a weapon. You go in here and you can change the scope, you can change the grip, you can change the clip, you can change the compressor. Not all weapons have this many mods for them, but this weapon just so happens to have all these different mods. And as you notice, this weapon doesn't have that. I mean, the DPS is high, yes. It goes up to what, 80-some thousand here. The primary weapon I'm holding right now has over 100,000. It's not a gold weapon, but it's an AUG. But this weapon shreds. I mean, as you see here, you're going to see in a second, we're going to cut these gold bars down like we're cutting slices of butter. This is a freaking marksman rifle, and it is a beast. Highly recommend, if you find this weapon, you grab it and mod the hell out of it, because this will be your friend. I'm using it as my secondary right now, might even become my primary. But as I was saying, in the Dark Zone, you only see your drops, and there's teal drops that you can get. But there's 2 sets of quote-unquote raid armor for the incursion. There's the, I can't remember what they're called, but they're 2 different kinds. One's really good for DPS and health, and the other one just kind of brings up something else, which isn't as good. And you can shoot that ball, but I don't actually get a chance to aim before it explodes. Luckily, it only took a little bit of my health out, but these guys are freaking wrecking my life until we get around this corner. And I have not went through the incursion yet. Hopefully, I can get an incursion team together and we can go through, like I was saying about that challenging. The challenging modes are hard. Like, you go through these missions and it takes like a half hour to get through each section. This, I did by myself. Solo, it took me an hour or so to get through this by myself. Obviously, the video is only 21 minutes, but we did die quite a few times before we realized this weapon is the fucking shredder. Like, straight up, it just melts them. You'll see here in a second as I go through, as soon as I get a chance to run around the corner and go upstairs, just shred through these bosses. And there's one without a name, and then there's one with a name, and I don't know what the symbol by her name is. I don't know if that's her rank or how strong she is, but she is a beast. Here we go. We finally got an open point to go up the stairs, and there's actually 3 enemies in here. As you get through the first wave, you kill a few, They all run out and they set up shop. I think there's 5 of them, but the girl with the name starts out first. You kill all those, and then 3 more come out, and this person comes out up here, which is actually a gold tier tech person. Now there's usually, with the purple one, they show a lightning bolt on their head, and what the tech person can do is that right there. And what that little red dot is on the floor is like a shock mine. If you run over it, if you run over the shock mine and you don't get through it fast enough, you will be shocked to death. There's no getting out of it. Like a shock grenade will shock you a little bit, leave you stunned. That thing will freaking just kill you. And look at this. You see me shred through that person's health over there. And even though it was just a gold tier character without a name, it still just wrecked their life. And as you seen a little bit ago, I don't know the name of the gun that I'm using, but in the mod menu, when I brought the weapon up, it showed you the name. So like I said, if you find it, mod the hell out of it and start using it, because it will wreck. Now I don't think there's any teal tier weapons. There's only gold tier weapons. And back to the original point of all this gold tier stuff and teal tier stuff, in the next update that's coming out, I think it's update 1.2, like right here, we get a gold drop. We go down to see what this is, our second gold drop in this mission. It's a freaking mod. That's shitty. And this is post-game stuff. Post-game meaning that I've beaten the game already. This is actually the daily mission. This is actually the final mission of the game. I've already went through this before. You unlock dailies when you get to level 30, and these are all post-game things. But when update 1.2 comes out, which they're holding out on because they said they don't want to mess it up like they've done in the past, they want to make sure everything's smooth over, they want to make sure everything's right, they're going to give us better drops. And what I mean by better drops is, instead of those 2 gold tiers being mods, they would have been weapons. And that's what everybody's complaining about. They're like, where the fuck are our weapons at? We keep getting all these mods, and we keep getting all these mods for armor, but it's weird with armor mods, because the way armor mods work is you can click on the armor and add the mod to it, but you can't do it with gold. You can't mod gold armor. I don't know. I haven't found a piece of gold armor that you can actually mod, so all these mods that I'm picking up are damn near useless. And in this mission right here, it actually, later on as we go through, and I'm just fucking wrecking this dude with this rifle, you can hear the guy over the intercom tell us to turn all those turrets on him, and this turret is dead. He fucking blew it up before I even got a chance to get to it. But the way to do this is to go around, and I think there's 5 turrets or 4 turrets. Pretty sure there's 5 turrets. You run around and you turn all the turrets on him. You got the master control, you turn all the turrets on him, all the turrets shoot at him. I think each turret takes at least a gold bar away to where there's only a couple gold bars left. He ends up blowing them all up, obviously, but they're distraction points, so he doesn't just keep wrecking you like this. And now this is the final boss. Yes, the final boss is a helicopter. I know, right? It's a fucking helicopter, but this is Tom Clancy Division. This is not Destiny, to where the final boss is going to be Oryx or Crota or anything like that. Now, this is Bliss chilling up in this fucking helicopter, and I'm fine with this being the final boss, to be honest with you, because this dude's got missile launcher, this dude's got fucking submachine gun, this guy's got ground troops. This is a hard fucking battle. Like, honestly, I mean, if I would have ran around and got all the turrets, which at this point in the game, I was playing it for a while, I had died a bunch of times, like I said, I'm sick, so I wasn't on my game playing it. I made a lot of mistakes, so when I got to this point, I was like, I am just going to fucking wreck this dude with this freaking gun. And you see I got a skin on that one. I didn't put a skin on this gun when I was in the mod section. You did see it in the top left, but I was modding on the fly, and I just wanted to get some shit equipped to it, so it made it as strong as possible. I did eventually put a skin on it that I bought, but it's nothing but like a dark brown skin or something like that. It's nothing special. And you can buy skins once you unlock the section. I think it's in your security wing in the back. There's a guy that sells clothes, and he sells skins for your guns. And I'm not sure where you can actually find skins. I've never found a skin. Maybe in the Dark Zone. You get Dark Zone keys, you get Dark Zone loot. I don't know if I ever finished my comment on the Dark Zone extractions, but once you shoot out for the helicopter to come in and it drops the rope and all your guys, or if you're by yourself, you run up to the rope and you put your equipment on there and it flies off, you still have to hold that shit down for a minute. You actually have to hold it down for 4 minutes before the helicopter gets there, with waves of enemies coming at you, and sometimes a boss comes through with an aim. It's a lot easier when you got friends with you. And we did notice when you do have other people with you, like missions like this, like there was only 3 guys that came at me, as you see. Like that first wave, there's only a couple guys that I blew through real quick. Now I'm getting fucking wrecked. We have noticed when you have more people, they kind of accommodate for the more people. Like if I had, when I first did this, I did this with my dude. We had a full team of 4, and there was 10, 15 enemies coming at a time instead of 3. So they do accommodate for the different enemies in the dark zone. I'm not sure if, because it's just kind of like walking around in the streets. There's just random encounters, random enemies, unless you go to a checkpoint. I'm not sure if that has more waves depending on how many people you have, but I know in the missions they do accommodate for how many people you have, and you have to hold it down there, I think 3, 4 waves, however long it takes. You get the helicopter loaded up. As soon as that motherfucker flies off, you're out. You either go into the next checkpoint to get some more gear, and you can get a decent amount of gold tier from those checkpoints. I actually extracted probably on my first run on the dark zone, it was like an hour long, probably 10 pieces of gold armor, and I probably used like 4 of them. So I mean, you kind of just gotta pick and choose what you want, but getting gold armor and breaking it down, as you've seen, I ran past a couple pieces of armor in here that were lower tier. I don't need them anymore. Yeah, I can break them down for the parts, but the blueprints they're gonna make aren't worth it. I need purple tier armor or purple tier stuff to break down so I can make gold specialized stuff. So when I get the gold blueprints, which you can actually buy gold blueprints, and you can actually buy teal blueprints too from the guy once you get the tech wing. I think once you get to level 30, he shows up. He's upstairs next to your reroll, and the reroll, dude, the reroll, you can only reroll armor, but you can actually, and I'm not sure 100% sure how it works, but you can pick and choose what skills and what you want your armor to do. So I actually went from my main weapon being at like 80-some thousand and re-rolling a couple pieces of armor, and now I didn't realize I was spending all my cash, but I spent up like 150,000 credits and re-rolled everything, but my thing went up like 30,000 DPS, and now my health's super low still. It's only at 40,000. But with this weapon, and each weapon has its own DPS set. As you've seen, that weapon was 87, but if I switch to my main weapon, it'll be like 104. So, and then my sidearm has like 55. So each weapon has its own DPS set, and DPS and stamina and skill, all that shit matters. Everybody says just work on your DPS and your health and don't worry about your skill. But all 3 of those matter because each weapon, each gold weapon has something to unlock on it, and there's a number that shows you how much of each piece you need to bring up. Stamina being health, DPS, damage per second being attack, and energy being your skill. If you have those all 3 at the numbers, you unlock a special ability on your weapon. Your weapon becomes even stronger. Your weapon might do something, maybe set people on fire. Maybe it'll heal you every time you kill somebody, and like I was saying, you can reroll stuff, and rerolling, you go up to the thing upstairs in the tech wing, and you go to it, and you spend credits, whatever you want to call them. They're not caps. There's another section right there. I don't know if I would have died there, jumping off there, but I got lucky as fuck. To be honest with you, I would have died right there. I'd have been so mad, because look, he's almost dead, and he's not glitching out right now. He's just in the death sequence point to where I got to get a little bit closer to him, and as you've seen, I was hitting him, but I wasn't touching him. And it says right there, do the turret control. Again, it tells me to turn all the turrets on him. But I didn't need to. Like I said, this weapon is bossly. Like, it's only got 87,000 attack on it. It's 30,000 lower than my primary, but it is a monster. Monster. Look at that. Still going strong. He's almost dead in this freaking helicopter. Can't even fly anymore. Holding it down. Shooting missiles out. Shooting fucking machine guns. Fucking fuck you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Peace.
You just killed the CEO of the last organized threat to Manhattan. Wasn't easy, and we lost a lot of good people, but you broke the LMB's back. Nobody's gonna be sweeping neighborhoods telling people join or die at gunpoint. Not without Bliss running the show. Still gonna be squads of them out there, but without the big man, we can handle them every day and twice on Sunday.
I'm glad I'm fighting you.
Yeah, you better run.
Soldiers of the Last Man Battalion, this is your commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Bliss. There were those among us who were angry when the decision was made to leave us behind. Leave us to die, as some people said. But I looked around at this city, and I saw opportunity. I saw what it had been. And I saw what it could be once again if someone had the guts to fight for it. If there were men willing to go out in the streets and take them back from the degenerates and lowlifes who ruled them now, to do what the cowardly government and its fearful, weak soldiers were too afraid to do, and to cut down all the liars and murderers and thieves who stand in the way of peace. We will not look back. We will not compromise. We will do whatever it takes to ensure a better tomorrow for all those who stand with us. And those who stand against us, may God have mercy on their souls. Bliss out. Tell me we got that. Because God damn it, I'm not doing it a second time.